Alright. Tier 4 Redemption World. Fluffy versus 95. We both chose Jake. Okay, we're boring. Like, it's a safe choice to pick. Don't judge me for this. So, let's have the fog only show me. And let's turn his units around because I want them to face the opposite direction. Okay. Normal property capture, we go for our turn 1 captures right away in a neutral base, blah 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 blah. And I decide, actually I'm gonna turn off, oh I can do this now. I'm gonna turn off his vision for now because I want to show something. I've been watching a little bit of Go 7 about how he analyzes his opponent's openings and stuff and creates an opening to counter it. So, as I say pretty often, I'm pretty bad at strategy and planning. So I decided to practice this a little on a global league game. I decide to try a unique opening specifically to this player. So if you see something that you're confused about, now you know why. Okay. I go up here for this capture. I go for this property quickly because if I don't go for this quickly, it can be interrupted and possibly denied to me the whole game. And then I go artillery. Still don't see anything on his turn. And I send my artillery up here and then go recon because I plan to interrupt this capture because I studied his opening on this map for a grand total, a sample size of 2 games. So I trust that those 2 games will be similar to this game, where I can interrupt this capture with an artillery and then I follow it up with a tank chain behind that artillery. So this artillery here, it's very scary. I have no vision of what's ahead, but I'm committing to my plan. So, go in. Uh-oh, he already captured it. That means his opening is different. And this was like, oh no. I will show his units now. But it's not too different than what I would expect. He still has the tank here covering it for a recon. That's why I went with an artillery instead. Maybe it's better to move the recon over here so that to cover my artillery in case he's still capturing, I can shoot it anyway. So I decide to abandon the plan and just send the artillery to the right to capture these properties, to support my capture of these properties. Alright, now we're back to a normal game. Okay, the most terrifying part is over. I am ahead in the capture order over here. I'm already on this property, he's not there yet. So it's almost like I'm a full turn ahead of him on these properties. Somehow I'm almost a full turn. No, I'm just half a turn ahead. He will catch up. Yeah, never mind. Okay. Pretty normal stuff. I go for my battlecopter because I like battlecopters. And I see that he still doesn't have a lot of... I still don't see a lot of units, so I assume that he's still being somewhat passive, whereas I'm going very aggressive on this side. So I decide... Uh-oh. He has units here. Okay, I'll just ignore that and go somewhere else. He hasn't started capturing this property yet, so I'm going to prepare to interrupt it. Note that because of this forest, he doesn't actually see that I have anything here other than he saw my penguin move up. This penguin is literally the only thing he sees on this side right now because of this forest that covered my movement. build an anti-air in a response for a possible battlecopter. Recon moves forward and now sees everything. So I'm like, okay, I got a recon. And I go up in the forest to scout, see the recon. I show my tank here, telling the recon to back off, these properties are mine. I see a tank here, so I assume that his army is rather split right now, so it's fine that I split mine as well. I interrupt this capture. I kill off this recon, and then I artillery shot this infantry because I can one-shot it. So at this point my opponent should know that this is the only spot the artillery can be, because he saw a penguin move out of this forest. But I am a little worried since my vehicle chain on the back hasn't arrived to the front line yet. So now I just plan to wait for my reinforcements, then continue fighting up here. Tank gets a shot on my... goes for my recon. This surprised me a little, but I suppose that's a fair move. Deny my vision. And start shifting all the units to the right. Okay. I move my battlecopter up, take out that tank, and then start picking off some infantry because I can, and then I pull back. I'm pulling back, and now I'm a little closer to my reinforcements. I also saw that my opponent is shifting to this area, so that means it's safe for me to attack here. And just apply a little bit of pressure. Second anti-air, just in case. You never know if they might have two battlecopters. Alright, recon attacks. Scouts my artillery, shoots at my artillery, shoots at my penguin, shoots at my penguin again. And this is where they overextended, because now they are very close to my reinforcements on their one base side. Recon interrupts the capture. I got an artillery and a tank just waiting for it. So I don't have all my units. My forces are a little split, but I have the reinforcement advantage, so it's fine for me to continue splitting my army like this. It definitely takes them much longer to reinforce the right side with their two base. I go in, apply more pressure, why not? I pretty much got a recon like that. Got a amazing luck roll, killed that tank. And then pull my artillery back, because there's no point in leaving it up there. Hide my anti-air. Just don't let him know that I have anti-airs ready for his battlecopter. But he does know I have a battlecopter. Continues attacking, that's fine. It means I get to pick off more infantry. That's what it means. And this is when he starts shifting to the left. I don't know how much he has shifted, I just think it's a small retreat. I don't actually know where his units are, other than they moved left a little bit. So I go for the property capture and I said, alright, I'm still going to try to capture this. I still don't see where his units are, but I back off just a little bit. You can't really be too cautious on your weak side. But the reason why I don't continue pressing forward is because his superpower is ready. And with +2 movement during a +2 vehicle movement during the Jake Super, I'm a little cautious of that, so I decide to hide in these forests and prepare to counterattack him. Then I see his vehicles, well, one vehicle appear. I still don't know where the others are, but I'm patiently waiting. At this point, I'm suspecting he might be front shifting because if you don't see anything, when the fighting suddenly ends, he might be pulling back and appearing somewhere else. So I put my vehicles in a more defensive position, but I leave my artillery out here. I start shifting my units left a little so I can respond to his attack on my left side. I leave my artillery open because I want to bait. I want to let him waste his superpower just killing 2 vehicles, then I can strike him back with the strength of all of my vehicles. But he doesn't use the superpower yet, being very patient with it. That's fair enough. After all, you don't want to waste your superpower to hit nothing. So I'm thinking, okay, he's not using the superpower yet. I might as well start capturing these properties since I know for sure he's not on this side anymore. Let me offer up a few more treats. Here, 2 tanks and an artillery and a recon. Well, you use your superpower now to kill these 4 vehicles. Meanwhile, I continue shifting my units left, knowing that that's where the bulk of the army is. And I do send a small force just to pressure the HQ. Maybe I can force a few battlecopters just to defend the HQ and get nice shots with my anti-air. After all, I am up ahead quite a lot on the KD, so I know I have more vehicles and more units and more everything, which is why I'm able to split my forces. But look at how many tanks I have here and battlecopters I have here. I say I have a pretty strong defense. Vehicles come out and I think, alright, if he's not going to superpower this turn, I will definitely be the one giving the superpower. He has vision on a lot of my units right now, but he's not using his superpower. But he's putting so many vehicles in range of me, so I think, okay, I'm going to superpower first now because you don't, and I want to. And I see a lot of good hits right now. So because of my unit number advantage, I was able to bait his units out in the open, and now I bring my block rock. So all my units get plus 40% damage on planes, including air units, and all my vehicles get plus 2 movements. So first I scout ahead, knock out his vision on this side, and just knock out all his vision on this side and prepare for an HQ capture. At the same time, I begin my attack, using my units in the back first because you typically want to use your units in the back first so your units at the front can do more damage. I sack this tank so that I can blow up this tank with my next one. I continue attacking. Look at that movement. Kill off this tank, blow up that artillery, got that anti-air. So I see another anti-air, but I don't think he has that many air defense capabilities anymore. I continue attacking, killing off a lot of his vehicles, and so I'm feeling very confident right now. I just got a lot of kills. I see a medium tank, I don't care, I'll just pull my tanks back. So I'll build a bomber. Yes, I do base skip, but I'm still building 3 units, and I'm ahead in the KD, so I'm not behind unit count or anything. My opponent uses block rock, begins his counter attack, not as strong as my attack, and resigns. The main reason for the resignation is they didn't see the anti-air here, so they moved their anti-air down, which has just enough vision to attack my battlecopter, but got trapped by my anti-air. It doesn't show it on the replay, but that's what happened. What I do find funny about this turn is that this tank here full HP, 9 HP, it's... I forgot what color this is. But it changes to penguin tanks. So it's like... oops. So let me turn their units back, facing the right. These tanks are... I still don't know the color. Why don't I remember the color? But I did find it funny how full HP, 9 HP, now they're blue tanks. They used to be this color, but now they're cobalt ice tanks. So it's just like poof, they're now mine. I found that a little bit funny, but that was that.